Welcome right back, Crew de la Morte. This is Sean Cross hosting the Sean Cross Experience, in which reaction videos just like this are going to be happening on the daily. We have a video for Kill Me by Kane Hill, in this same little continuous published marketing independently produced EP or musical effort. This is going to be God is the Enemy by Kane Hill. This is a quartet from New Orleans, Louisiana. They've been around for quite some time, and they have to be one of my top 3 artists, between Kane Hill, Silent Planet, and another one that's not really well received anymore, but I still respect them, Shrine of Malice. No problem admitting that. I love them all, and those are my 3 bands, if you want to know that, just in case you want to know what my 3 favorite bands are. But we are going to be doing reaction videos like this on the daily, as I said. There will be graphic art commission time lapses as soon as possible. There will be a podcast starting as soon as possible, possibly even as soon as this weekend, depending on how things go. If not, it will be closer to April. We will be doing original music content sooner or later between what it might be now 2 different projects, and we will also be doing music covers. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Gotta be super quick. Wait. Uh-oh. There we go. Cool. Trying to see if I can get the volume up. What's the difference between you and me? I can't tell what you want to be. You're stuck between holy and rhyming disease. Death will bring down ignorance, killing theories, killing everything. Cause the enemy, cause the enemy, and Jesus returns, will come again. Cause the enemy, cause the enemy, and Jesus returns, will come again. So, starting off, pretty standard Kane Hill song, but that's not by any means like an insult or just undervaluing this song, devaluing the song. There you go. This is a very standard, very classic styled Kane Hill song. Definitely some the new Jesus vibes, Hateful vibes even, though it's not as much of a 2-stepper as Hateful or Scumbag or really any of those songs. But this is definitely shaping up to be a different twist, and they're definitely experimenting. They're not just sticking to one thing. They're not just sticking to one time signature or pattern. They're really, really experimenting. And I think, no offense to record labels, but now that they're free of a record label, it seems that they're able to do a lot more than what they were able to before. And by no means do I know how music business works, so don't quote me on that. But I have a feeling that they had some restrictions when they were with Rise. So, yeah, let's continue. on for a little bit too long. So we'll go ahead and rewind that. Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty rad. And I'm just wondering if like they're looking to piece together an EP, or if throughout the year they're just going to continue doing like singles and stuff until they get to a point where they're like, oh yeah, this was all one thing. And then they mass it together for volume 1 of Cru de la Morte. Because guaranteed, there's going to be a volume 2, possibly even a volume 3. And they are just making it look a little bit different than perhaps Distance Tyrantophobia storyline, or Project, the Post-Human Project that Bring Me the Horizon is putting together, in which apparently survival horror featuring the Obey song, Parasite Eve, all those just banger tracks, that's only a quarter of what's going to be the massive Post-Human project. Like, it's really cool, really innovative way to just piece together major releases and possibly even set the grounds for a new standard as far as song, like the length of an album, you know what I mean? But those are a whole bunch of different bands. I have a couple distant reactions. Those are actually my very first 2 reactions, in which already so much improvement from those. But let's go ahead and finish the song off. This is a full-on horror story. Okay. So, hands down, again, a banger. That was a really, really fun track. Obviously, it isn't as heavy as the stuff that we've already reacted to, but for Cane Hill, that was pretty heavy. That was pretty groovy. And the thing is, they're definitely, for me personally, not trying to classify them in a genre, more or less an image, a vibe, but I call it horror show. Bands like Motionless in White, Slipknot, Korn, Rob Zombie, formerly My Enemies and I, Get Scared, Drugs, even Skinned, Poppy, and what was it? Well, yeah, Cane Hill. There you go, 10 bands. I call it horror show. And in a nutshell, Einstein Kills. That's another one. That's a really, really important one. Sorry for forgetting you guys. But basically, it's very much a Halloween, scary, spooky vibe. And being that they're from New Orleans, you know, great city of voodoo and, you know, black magic history, just a very, very whack city. I know that for sure. And that's why the music is how it is. You know what I mean? That's a perspective. That's a perspective from the darker side of New Orleans. And for anybody who's like watched The Princess and the Frog, I know it sounds stupid, but hear me out. For anybody who's watched The Princess and the Frog, and it's just like this really, really jazzy, magical, musical place. I mean, the thing is, it was even in the movie. It was also a great place of anger and pain, racism even. And it definitely establishes a very creepy, very ominous, very almost angry vibe. And I wouldn't doubt if that's where Cane Hill came from, really, is just the more angry, realistic side of all that voodoo magic, the black magic. But to say the least, that was God is the Enemy by Cane Hill, the quartet from New Orleans, Louisiana, some of my favorite musicians, period. And this was Sean Cross hosting the Sean Cross Experience. Hopefully we'll be getting that podcast rolled up this weekend. But otherwise, we have a Warm Shepherd song to react to on Friday. So be sure to plug in for that, because guess what? It's going to be Devin Duarte on the podcast. Very, very first podcast. Very excited to have him on. Very excited to have him be our first guest, just dissecting music, talking about the lyrical anatomy of what Warm Shepherd has been and what it has yet to be. And yeah, I cannot wait myself. He seems to be really about it. And what better way to promote their brand new music This was Sean Cross, and we'll see you guys later.